I'm Sam Allardyce, I'm West Ham United's manager. I've been using Sportstec for the last 12 years. We'd got Prozone, and the only thing wrong with Prozone was you couldn't get it instantly. So the way forward was to try and find out somewhere how we could get better than just a DVD or a video of the game and try and work it down. And then obviously coding direct feed was the answer to that with your company. And all of a sudden I started to experiment with live feedback coded at half time. And then lots of players coming in at half time and wanting to have a look at what incidents were that were particularly coded, which is still happening today. From first hand, it's one of the most valuable tools we have, and it marries in brilliantly with everything else.
I'm David Woodfine, Head of Performance Analysis, West Ham United Football Club. For us, the best things about Sportstec and their products, I would say, is the live functionality in matches. Sam Allardyce, our manager, is a big believer in feedback at half time, feedback immediately after the game, being able to code live and send those clips immediately queued up for the dressing room.
We use it, for everything in terms of evolving a football player. I mean, when we decide to show a player after the game his particular game, the times he was involved in the game, saves a huge amount of time for the analysis lads clipping it down, rather than what we used to have to do before, which was run through the whole DVD, stop it and bang it, move it on. These lads now can, in the space of a few minutes, can now hit the ground running and say to the staff, what do you want? Well, I want to, for instance, this week, Neil sat down with Modibo Micah and done his front line play. He's also done the midfield players this week about not vacating the midfield position too quickly to leave us too exposed. And all that comes around by the fact that the analysis goes, have a look, code it, bring it out. You're talking about putting the player in the room now for 5 minutes, maybe 10, which gives you maximum concentration and maximum delivery. So they're in, they're hit, bang, they're out, and they're off to something else. So it's a fantastic tool for development and analysis on not only on the game live when it's happening, but also for later on in terms of breaking down whatever you want to show or do as a manager. The whole group sits down on analysis of the game after the match. It lasts about 15-20 minutes because we can break the major incidents down that happened in the game against us or for us, and of course before the game our analysis on the opposition, which we've got, we'll break that down through the tools that we've got now and make sure that we deliver to the players who they're going to play against, what the team looks like, what the team shape looks like, how dangerous they are in these certain areas, what are the most dangerous players, and then what are the weaknesses. So, like I said, from a tool that we have, it's well used here at West Ham United.
We use Sportstec tools in all areas really. In our pre-match, obviously we're coding games on the opposition, and then we use the organiser product to put together our video presentations. Post-match, obviously all the codes that we've taken in the game we're using in our post-match presentations. Individual stats, we import Opta as well. So we use full functionality, even into the recruitment side. We look at opposition players and can database their clips in the product.
The analysis in every game now has become a critical part of your day-to-day life as a manager, as a coach, as a sports scientist, as a physio, because coding is used for going to that particular instant where that player came off, and we can then see why or how we got injured in that particular game, in that particular incident, it then gives a mental sort of picture to the medical staff that it's probably looking that it might be this type of injury, and give us an early guess of how serious it might be. We use it in lots of other areas, and obviously we'll continue to do so. Coming back on the coach now, you know, we've got all the TV screens on the individual tables. You can plug it in, we can have a look, we can, you know, certainly go. And like I said, most of the players today have moved on to, you know, getting on to the lads and say, let's have a look at that, let's have a look at this. And of course, with it coded, it's bang, 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 out it comes, you know, and that saves a huge amount of time. The player, in the end, decides whether he wants to get that information. Of course, their problem is if they don't get that information and they get dropped, they can't come and knock on my door and ask, because they'll get the biggest telling off they've ever had in their life, because they won't know why they've been dropped, and I will.
Sam wants the players to take responsibility for their own analysis. So he makes them very aware that this is what's available. We've done meetings that have demonstrated what we do through Sports Code and how we pull everything out of every game. It's then up to the individual to come to us and ask for their bits. But then again, on the flip side of that, the coaching staff and the manager drive unit meetings, set play meetings, and we have obviously various different formats that we get that across to the players in. So the way technology is and cloud sharing, you know, we can get the video and the data out to them.
I think positioning, I think movement off the ball, I think that a unit analysis, how is the unit working, because it's a team game. So is the back four working correctly and moving in the right areas? Is the midfield doing the same? Is the front three doing the link-up play well? Is the whole team then linking in together? And I think that that analysis is always ongoing at most clubs today. I don't think there's many clubs that doesn't have one or two of its coaches or its managers sitting down doing that type of analysis. And I think that improving the team is critical, and I think that picking out areas that are going to improve the team are very important. And I think a very positive attitude to this tool is about you've always got to be showing the positives more than the negatives.
We found Sportstec and the team have been really supportive. Obviously on the phone, via email, iChat, they're always readily available. If it's something they can answer, that generally they'll answer it straight away, which is fantastic. If not, they come back to us with an answer within 24 hours. So really good. I felt supported the whole way through. Sam has a philosophy, how he wants the team to play, so we build a good practice database using video. Obviously the database and tool in Sports Code helps with that. We can then use that to filter that philosophy down through the age groups to the development squad and the academy. So it filters from the top out into all areas so that philosophy can come across.